Once again, hello everyone. This is the last lecture on topic mathematical logic. In this lecture, we will solve some important examples based on this article. Let us start with first type of example, that is using rules of logic. Using rules of logic to P biconditional Q is equivalent to negation of P and negation Q and negation of negation P and Q. Let us see how to prove this equivalence. For that, we will take RHS first. We will start with RHS. RHS is negation of P and negation Q and negation of negation P and Q, and it is equivalent to, we can apply negation over this conjunction, so we get negation P due to this conjunction becomes disjunction and negation of Q. This is first bracket, and applying this negation over this conjunction, we get double negation of P. This becomes or, due to negation this conjunction becomes disjunction and negation Q. Here what we have done, we have applied De Morgan's laws. So the justification for this step is De Morgan's laws. Now, next step. Here, double negation gives us that statement itself. Here also double negation, so we get P as. So we get here the negation of P, or by involution theorem or law, we get it is equivalent to Q. And here by involution we get P or negation Q. So we can give here result by involution law. And if you observe this, then by biconditional law, this is the exact RHS of that biconditional law, so it is equal to P biconditional Q. This is by biconditional law. So we get this as RHS. So this is the way to prove that these two logical statement patterns are equivalent. We can easily prove this RHS is equivalent to RHS is equivalent to LHS. So what we have done here, let us see once again. First we have taken RHS as it is. Here this negation is over this bracket, and this bracket contains conjunction first. So applying negation over conjunction, we get disjunction of their negations. In second bracket also negation over conjunction, so applying negation over conjunction, we get disjunction of their negations. This is by De Morgan's laws. Here double negation are there, so applying double negation, we get that statement itself, and it is by involution law. And in last step, this, if you observe carefully the biconditional law, then it is the right side of biconditional law. So we get biconditional of statements P and Q, that is double implication. That is our LHS. So this is the way to solve this example. This will carry 2 marks. Let us see second one. Example number 2. Using rules of logic, write the negations. Write the negation of the following statement pattern using rules of negation. The statement pattern is P implies Q and R. What to do? We will start with negation directly. That is, let us take the negation of this given statement pattern, that is P implies Q and R. So if you observe, then this is negation over conjunction, because this is bracket, so we can consider this as one single statement, suppose. So negation over conjunction is nothing but the disjunction of their negations. So disjunction of the negations of these two. This one is first statement, this one is second statement. So negation of P implies Q or negation of R. This is by obviously De Morgan's laws. Now this is equivalent to. Now apply this negation over this implication. So by rule, negation of implication is nothing but first statement as it is and negation of second. This is by the rule of implication or negation of implication, and this remaining part as it is. This is by negation of implication. Or also you can write this as. Now this is our answer. Within 2 lines we get the negation of this statement. Or in other way we can see here that implication, we can write here implication law. What is law of implication or conditional statement? This is nothing but negation of first statement or second. So we get this by using conditional law. Remaining part negation of R as it is. We can write here conditional law. Now in this step we can apply negation over this disjunction. So we get negation of P. This disjunction becomes conjunction and negation of Q. Here is disjunction, so we have to make bracket. Disjunction negation of R. This is by De Morgan's law once again. And now it is equal to the by double negation. We get that statement itself P and negation Q or negation of R. This is by innovation theorem. If you solve this number of examples based on these simplifications, then you can easily understand all those laws. So we get the same conclusion again, P and negation Q or negation of R. So this is our answer, or the negation of this statement. So these are the two ways to get the same negation of given statement pattern. This is second type of example. Let us see third one. Express the following circuit in symbolic form and prepare its switching table. Third type of example. Express the following switching circuit in symbolic form and prepare its switching table. Let us see the circuit. It includes 3 branches of parallel combination. In first branch there are 2 switches S1 and S2. In second branch there is one switch, that is S1 dash. In third branch again we have 2 switches which are S1 and S2 dash. These are 3 switches, and these switches are connected to battery, and obviously one lamp is there. This switching circuit is given. Firstly, we have to express this switching circuit in symbolic form. So there are 2 parts. One is symbolic form, and other is switching table. So we will take symbols. Let in answer, let P denotes switch S1. Obviously, it denotes switch S1 means switch S1 is on or closed. Then Q denotes switch S2 is on or closed. Here we have only 2 switches, but their negations are given. That's why we are writing negation P is for switch S1 dash. Negation of Q is for switch S2 dash, and L for lamp L. That is lamp L glows or lamp L is on. So if you observe this figure carefully, then we have 3 branches which are in parallel combination. So we can write this switching circuit in symbolic form, and it contains 3 means 2 disjunctions. Because 3 branches are there, we have 2 disjunctions, and first branch contains series combination of S1 and S2. That means there is conjunction of statements P and Q. So P and Q, this is the first branch. S1 and S2 are in series combination. That's why we get their symbolic form as P and Q. This S1 dash is alone here, so we get here negation of P only because of S1 dash. S1 and S2 dash, these are again in series. So S1 for P and S2 dash means negation of Q, and these are in series. That's why they are conjunction. So we get this as the symbolic form of this circuit. Now in second part we have to draw its switching table. Okay. So while preparing switching table, we can observe the number of statements. Here number of statements are only 2. So we have 5 rows P and Q. Then in switching table means switching table is nothing but input output table. Okay. Switching table is nothing but input output table. Input output table contains the entries for P and Q as 1, 1, 0 and 0. For Q, 1, 0, 1, 0. We need next one as P and Q. Next, negation of P. Then we require negation of Q. Then we have to take the statement as P and negation Q. In next step, we have to take the conjunction of either these two or these two first. I will take the negation of these two, that is the negation of P or P and negation Q, and all these statement factors we have taken symbol for that as small l. So I will write here only small l for the statement pattern or that symbolic form. Here P and Q. In conjunction, which mathematical operation we will consider here? That multiplication. Here multiplication of 1 into 1 is 1. Multiplication of 1 and 2 is 0. 0 into 1 is 0. It is 0 into 0, 0. So this is just for remembrance. Then negation of P, opposite of 1 is obviously 0. 0, 1 and 1. Negation of Q, 0, 1, 0, 1. In P and negation Q. Negation Q is here and P is here. In conjunction we will take again multiplication. 1, 0, 0. 1, 1, 1. 0, 0, 0. And 0, 1, 0. Here both are 1. That's why we get 1. Otherwise 0. In next step, negation P or this P and negation Q. So this is the disjunction of these two. Disjunction means, let us for simplicity consider it as addition. So 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. But 1 plus 1, if two entries are 1, then still we will write 1. Now in last step, what we have to do here? We have to do the, this is our second last step, is we will take the union disjunction with this P and Q. So the disjunction of these two. Disjunction means addition again. 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0 plus 1 is 1 and 0 plus 1 is 1. So in last column we get all entries as 1. So from this switching table we can conclude that this statement pattern or that switching circuit, in that switching circuit bulb will always glow with any combination of or with any state of switches. Means switch S1 may be on or off, switch S2 may be on or off. Still the bulb will glows because current will always pass through that circuit, because in last column we get entries as 1, 1, 1, 1. So that will be the conclusion. But in this question conclusion is not asked, but if sometime it is asked, then we have to write observing this last column. Is it okay? This is third type of example. Let us see one fourth type of example. Next slide. In the fourth type of example, we will simplify the given switching circuit so that the number of switches will be less. For that, let us take one somehow complicated switching circuit. That is S1, S2. The next switch is S3 dash. Next switch is S4 dash. And one more switch in parallel combination is there, that is S5 dash. In this part we have 5 switches, and this total combination or switches are connected with second branch in series, that is S1, S2. It contains again parallel combination S1 and S2, and the 3 switches S3, S4 and S1 are in series here, and there is obviously one battery and lamp N on board. This is fourth type of example. We have given this switching circuit and we have to simplify this switching circuit. Means reduce the number of switches or obtain simplified circuit. Okay. Once again, we have here 5 switches, different switches. So we have to consider statements as P as or P for switch, S1 is on, Q for switch, S2, R for switch, S3, P or S for switch, S4, and P for switch, S5. This edge is capital and this edge is small and this edge is capital. So all switches are written in capital letters, but statements or symbols are in small letters. So by observation we can see that these two S1 and S2 are in series, so P and Q have conjunction. So we can write the given statement, given switching circuit in symbolic form as this is P and Q, or S3 dash means negation of R, or S4 dash means negation of S, or S5 dash means negation of P. This is our first branch, so let us make bracket here. Now all these switches are connected in series with these switches, so we get here conjunction of again second branch. So take bracket, S1 and S2 means P and Q, because S1 and S2 are in series, so we get P and Q. Or this is one branch, so again bracket, this is second branch, so we need bracket here again, S3, S4, S5. These are in series, those are nothing but R and S and P. This is the symbolic form of this complicated switching circuit. Once you understand the combination of switches in series and parallel and their conversion in conjunction and disjunction respectively, then you can easily write symbolic form of given switching circuit, or you can draw switching circuit from given symbolic form. Now here we have to reduce the number of switches, so we have to simplify this switching symbolic form of switching circuit. Initially, if you observe here carefully, then this P and Q get repeated. Also here are switches RST, here are RST, but they are with negation. So can we take negation outside these three? Yes, we can take negation outside these because both these connectives are disjunction. So let us take negation outside this bracket. So we get P and Q, or if you observe this much only, then negation R or negation S, negation. So if we apply negation over R and S and P, then we get this. Observe carefully that those three conjunctions, disjunctions, we can take negation common from these three. Remaining branch of this statement pattern keep as it is, R and S and T. Which result we can give here? Obviously, this is the De Morgan's laws for these three statements with these two conjunctions. So this is by De Morgan's laws. And is equivalent to now. Again, if you observe these two brackets, then here we have disjunctions, here is conjunction, and this P and Q, it is same. So we can take common that P and Q out of these two brackets, and we can write P and Q, or is with those P and Q. So P and Q or in rectangular bracket. Now this second, this is first statement, we can consider this as second and this as third. So first is taken common, second as it is, negation of R and S and T, and this R and S and T. So which property we have used here? Obviously again distributive property in reverse way. So we can give a reason or justification for this step as distributive property. Distributive law. Now if you observe again of this large bracket, then in this bracket this combination is same, R and S and T. The same statement pattern here with negation. So if we can consider this as P, so negation of P and P, one is there and its negation is here. So P and negation P, it will be obviously contradiction always. So we get P and Q, or contradiction, that is C, or you can write capital F also. So this is by complement law. C for complement you can remember also. If you get C or T, then you can remember the reason as complement law, where C is first letter in complement law, and if you get T, then T is last letter in complement law. So that word itself indicates if you get C or T, then it is complement law. Now this is conjunction. So in conjunction we will always observe whether the one statement is true or not. If one of them is true, we will get true that. So but this is contradiction, means it is always false. So no need to see over this statement. We will observe this one. If this is true, we get true. If this statement P and Q is false, we get disjunction false. So here we get P and Q only, and this is by the reason identity, because we get the same result. So it is identity. So if you observe this complicated figure, then it looks very complicated, but still if you observe the simplification of this symbolic form, then it is very easy. So don't bother if you observe such difficult figures. Sometimes if you apply single law, then that old or large statement pattern will get converted into very small statement pattern. You get easily that required result. So this is P and Q. So what will be the simplified circuit for this? It contains two switches, P for switch S1, Q for switch S2, and conjunction means series combination. So we get simple simplified figure as it contains only two switches, S1 and S2, which are in series. So this will be the simplified or equivalent switching circuit, which is very simple, where S1 and S2, these two switches are in series because we get P conjunction Q. So this is the way of giving the answer of such large question. We have reduced the number of switches, 5 switches into only 2 switches. If you observe this figure, then these branches get repeated. If S1 and S2 are closed, obviously these S1 and S2 will be also closed. So if current passes through this branch, then it will also pass through this branch. So electric current will pass through this circuit and lamp will glow. So this S1 and S2 should be closed. If you observe this branch S3 dash, if this S3 dash is closed, this S3 will be open. So whenever current will pass through this, current does not pass through this. Similarly S4 dash, S4, S5 dash, S5. So whenever these switches are closed, these 3 will be open. If these 3 will be closed, this any one of them is closed, current will not pass through this branch. So there is only way here remain to flow the current of current, that S1 and S2, these two switches must be on. Then current will pass. So we get the simplified form of this symbolic form as P and Q, and we get simplified circuit as a circuit containing series combination of switches S1 and S2.